Hello, welcome to my channel. Now, I went live when I first started my client's hair, and I caught a lot of flack because a lot of people like, oh, those aren't knotless braids, because I start the braids with a really, really thin piece of braiding hair. Well, I'm an old school braider, and I'm just used to starting my braids like that. But of course, it's not the traditional, knotless braids, but it still gives you the same results. One thing I always like to preach is, hey, different people have different paths of getting to the same location. All right, so this particular client was wanting boho braids with human hair. So that is the hair that I had installed for her. Now, when I went live earlier, you might want to check that out. What happened was the client, she didn't come with enough hair. A lot of people didn't pick that up. So when they first saw me doing her hair, they only saw me put a couple strands into each braid. And they was like, oh, you need more hair, you need more hair. But I know I needed more hair. But the client only got one pack. She didn't get enough hair. So we did end up going to she went to the beauty supply to pick up another bundle of human hair so that we can make her hair full and exactly the way she wanted for her trip. So it turned out right for her. That's all that matters. So sometimes when people make comments, they don't know the whole backstory, So in this particular situation, since she didn't have enough human hair, she only had one bundle. I was very sparse in the beginning so that I made sure I had enough human hair to cover the top and make the top really full and drape over the back part. So the back didn't have that many strands. Some other comments I got when we went live was her partings and her sections. Okay, I know people do their sections and partings in different ways, or they might do the bricklayer, or they might do the horseshoe. I call it the horseshoe because you circling around, you make the part around. But just because people do things in certain ways doesn't mean that it's wrong, doesn't mean that it's right. It's just that person's style. My client liked it, and that's all that matters. And as you can see here, as I braid, I also add the human hair to it, and then leave that part out and keep braiding to where it's going to be really full at the end. Other comments, I had a lot of comments of people really liking her hair as it was going along in the live. Please feel free to check that out. It is kind of long, and it did take a little while. But like I said, my client, she was a little bit behind schedule. And then we still had to stop because she had to go to the store and buy more hair anyway in order for this style to look complete. So, but all in all, the end result was that the client liked her hair. Okay. Everybody can have an opinion, which is really great to have, but your opinion does not matter if you're not wearing the hair. What really matters the most is the person who's wearing the hair. And if they like it or not, and they're trusting into the stylist that is putting it in. So with that being said, as I go down, get to the ends of the braid of the hair, once I finish adding it, I tie off the ends when I do these type of braids. I tie the ends off with a really thin piece of hair, braiding hair, and I loop it around like 3 times. I do three times, and then I do the dip. Now, the thing about it was I had some leftover, it said human hair. It said 100% human hair, but I think it might have been a blend because every time I grabbed a piece of it, it started to tangle. And I just told her, I said, I really don't feel comfortable putting what I have, that extra hair I had left over. I don't feel comfortable putting that in your hair. I think it'd be better if you just go to the store and we get what you really need. Okay. So in the very back of her nape, we might have did maybe 4 to 6 strands. And then toward the top, we did about 8 strands. Maybe 8 to 10 strands each. Now, Her scalp is a little bit light because she had colored it, but she needed to do another color, but we didn't do that color, but we probably will next time. She loved her hair. This is the poofy stage. I haven't even dipped it or anything like that. And then I'm about to get ready to dip her hair. Okay. And you know what? I didn't even think she was gonna want it that long. It was supposed to have been like maybe like bouncing off the back of her shoulders. But once I dipped it and showed her where the hair was, she was liking it. She liked it where it was. Now what I did right here was, as you see, the hair was poofy before, and now you see it's kind of like tamed a little bit before I dipped it. I just sprayed a little bit of detangler on it. I put a little bit of detangler on her hair. Okay, so once I finished the detangler, it kind of smoothed the hair out a little bit. Then I went ahead and dipped the hair. And I just dipped both sides. I gave her instructions on how to pin this hair up. I suggested just to take the 2 large sections and put them in like a 2-strand twist to kind of help when she's asleep to tie it up. Like I said, she wanted to leave the hair long. All I did was just nip the ends of it. I didn't even think she would even want the hair to be long, but she did. It turned out really good. I added a little bit of mousse, and this is a detangling brush. I thought I was gonna need it, but I didn't. I added a little bit of mousse to her hair. I think I'm about to do that right now. And then from the mousse, she didn't really want to sit under the dryer to dry, and also her roots was a little dark, so I had some spray for her roots to kind of help. I mean, they were a little bit light, so because she needed to add a tint to it. So I went ahead and sprayed a little bit of that on her roots, and she really liked the end results too. So I'm gonna let y'all finish watching this, and I thank y'all for tuning into my channel. I told everybody who was on my live, because it was getting so long, and some people was like, "Oh, you're going so slow." Well, the reality of it was, you got to separate that hair, and separating the hair does take a little bit of time. But it is what it is. I got done. I mean, it did take a while. I can't even count how long it took me to get done because we had to stop because you got to go buy some more hair. But we did finish though. We got finished. So that's all that matters. But I thank y'all for tuning in to my channel. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to let y'all see the end results. It turned out really nice. She liked it. And I thank y'all for tuning in. I told everybody I was going to show y'all the finished look in a full video. All right, y'all take care.